Recently, Minecraft 1.19 has been getting closer and closer to being released. On the 18th of May, on a Wednesday, Mojang released the first pre-release for Minecraft 1.18, so you can kind of see that the update's coming closer and closer to being released. Now if we look at the first pre-release, we can see one change that stands out from all the other changes, and it's the fact that Endermen, skeletons and wither skeletons and also piglins can now spawn in a wider range of light levels. Now this might not sound like a big deal, but actually this is a really big deal, and changes a lot for mob farms, because this means that all these mobs are going to be able to spawn in nether portals, which means you can have super fast farms. Let me show you an example right now of a farm which I just designed in a few minutes. Now this is a wither skeleton skull farm, and you can also farm other mobs too that spawn on nether fortresses too, but its primary focus is wither skeletons. What I've done is just stacked a bunch of nether portals next to each other, and it's just super fast. They'll go to the other side and get killed by a bunch of wolves. Now this sounds like it's good, it sounds like there's new farms coming out and everything like that, but there is one downside to this, and if you want more information, we have to look at the second pre-release. So in the second pre-release, it says, a recent change has made it possible for more types of mobs to spawn inside nether portals, which cause them to instantly change dimension after spawning. We will not be making any further changes to this before the release of 1.19, but our intent for the future is to prevent most mobs from spawning in nether portals, and the ones that do will not immediately travel through the portal. Expect to see these changes in a coming version. Now what I take from this is that Mojang are gonna stop mobs from spawning inside nether portals. Now this can be interpreted as a bad thing or a good thing. A good thing in that these farms are really overpowered, and a bad thing in that, well, it ruins your farm. Now in my opinion, I think this sort of change is quite a good thing. These farms are quite overpowered, and similar to wither roses, they're a bit too strong in general. One thing I do want to mention though is that one thing I don't really agree with, and I hope they don't choose to do this in the future, is that any mobs that spawn inside nether portals will not teleport through, and this could be quite a bad thing, because for example, if you're using nether portals in something else, that could affect the rates of your mob farm quite a lot. This will be quite similar to the issue which we have with piglins at the moment, which is the fact that they spawn inside nether portals, and you have to use like turtle eggs to get them out of your portals because they take up the mob cap and everything. Now also I do have an idea for a design for wither skeleton skull farm that will be perfect for when this change is implemented, if it's implemented right anyway. And I'll definitely release it as soon as mobs are not able to spawn in nether portals, even though for now this wither skeleton skull farm is perfect. Now I also want to mention that this also affects other farms as well. So for example, ghast farms, gold farms, even slime farms as well. You can see all these other big YouTubers like DocM, Exuma, Shulkercraft, all using these different types of farms that use nether portals. They won't work if this change is implemented.